Hey everybody, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Baka.
What
up, guys?
No?
Wow, somebody's had some drugs or coffee or
No, I actually am
something.
extremely hungover.
Hangovers make Oak crazy.
Yeah, because I have a big birthday coming up this next week, and so we had a party last night for it because I'll be 40. Woo! I drank a lot last night and went out, and I got fortunate enough that my wife let me sleep in a little bit today, so that helped a lot. And for lunch, I had cake.
Yay! The best kind of lunch.
I'm an adult. I'll eat whatever I fucking want for
That's
lunch.
right.
Cake.
I had cake.
Hey,
Red
yeah.
velvet cake, which is my favorite kind of cake, and it was delicious. So, Griff, I'll
happy
be
early
bringing you
birthday.
some tomorrow.
Yay! I like cake.
Cake.
I'm an adult and I'll eat what I want whenever I want. It
For
doesn't have to be
breakfast,
for a
dinner,
meal.
and lunch. Who gives a hell?
But that was fun. And I've been playing a lot of For Honor, and I'm upset that I have not beaten the regular campaign yet because I hadn't really a chance to. But I'm close. I'm like on the very last part of it, and I need to finish that part up. And I've played a little bit of the multiplayer stuff, but not against people. I've done the bot thing and did like the 4 people versus the bots and stuff just to try to get used to it, and it's fun. I really like the multiplayer part of this. It's very entertaining.
It's a very fun game.
Chicken and Baka definitely also like it. It's hard to find a time when they're not playing it.
Well, there's a lot of
Actually,
time
that's
he's
not
not
true.
playing it. I'm playing it all the time. Baka doesn't like me anymore, so.
Chicken has played it
I was
so much.
cleaning the garage yesterday and then painting. I had to finish the halfling.
He's played it so much that he had this need for more samurai stuff in his life, so he went back to Shogun to fill
Yes.
his time in between For Honor stuff.
Like while I'm watching, because I watch LCS, for people that know, it's League Champion, it's League of Legends stuff. While I'm watching that, I can't focus on a game like For Honor so intently, so I just kind of put Shogun up. Simple, easy, it's an RTS. I could just watch this and play that at the same time. When that's over, I go back to For Honor.
So you chose, like, when you play multiplayer, you're in Samurai? Is that what you did?
Yes, I chose the Samurai faction, and it's just a coincidence that I play one of the Samurai people too. So.
Okay. I chose Vikings.
Ah!
Yeah.
All right.
I chose Vikings. And basically I chose Vikings because it was like I liked the knights, like I liked the whole aspect of, the British knights and all that stuff, but it was kind of like I feel like that would what I would have normally chose. I used to have a Japanese exchange student, and I love Japanese culture, so I felt like that would have also been something I normally chose. So I went with Vikings because I was just like, okay, well, that dude's got a really cool axe. So I go with that.
Vikings is statistically the biggest group, isn't it?
Yes.
I think so.
Oh man, the Samurai have been pushed back twice now. Like the Vikings and the Knights have pushed into our territory and slaughtered us pretty well. But in the last couple of days, we pushed back to almost both of their capitals, and they've pushed back again. It is definitely back,
Nice
and,
back and
forth.
forth.
Yes, like we get pushed hard from both sides, but I'm hoping the Knights one day get kind of like, oh, let's stop pushing against them. Let's both push up north and take out the Vikings, which would be super nice.
And it's a really cool concept. I like logging into the multiplayer and just seeing where everything's at.
Yep.
Like, just kind of see where the territories have switched and moved around. You got the little timer in the top left-hand corner that tells you how many hours left or whatever,
Yep.
before they switch again. So it's pretty badass. I like it. It's a cool concept the way they've got it set up. I feel like when they originally came out with the game Rise, the one that was about Rome, that with the Xbox One, it was the release on day one, right? I feel like this is what they should have done with it, because at least the gameplay inside the game itself. Because if you remember, they have like a color coding where like the person would flash yellow to hit yellow, and it was very very QuickTime eventy the way that it was designed, but it was smoother than a regular QuickTime event, so you didn't have like the actual button pop up on the screen and you have to look and see what it was. There was a flash of color to allow you to push.
Right.
But I think if they had done it this way, I think that the reviews on it would have been a whole lot better, because it doesn't seem because of the way of it, that whole design of I'm locking onto this person and now I have options of blocking or being able to attack and I can see where he's positioned to where I know how to attack, and vice versa. I think that game would have done a lot better because plotline wise, it really wasn't bad. It was just the gameplay of that game that was kind of which I got to go back through and finish, because of the gameplay, I was like But plotline wise, I'll enjoy that game. But For Honor, I'm really enjoying.
Chicken only has like one issue with it. Well, two, I guess, because peer to peer.
3 issues with it. Just
yeah,
3.
but 2 of them are the same thing.
Well,
they're microtransactions.
Fair enough. One is being able to buy steel, which is the currency in game. The second one is being able to unlock your feats with steel. Like, you just buy a character. I'm just going to go ahead and spend 5,000 steel and unlock all of this character's feat. Like, it just cuts out the leveling them up through the first prestige thing. And that's kind of lame. And the peer-to-peer networking. I've read a lot of reviews where people have a lot of issues with the connectivity in there. And I've only had 3 issues so far. There was a laggy guy in one of my games. When the game started, I went to run and my character got stuck and I had to close the game out. And the other one was we got stuck at a loading screen. Those are my only 3 issues that I've had in game so far.
How did you feel about the campaign?
I loved it. Like, I got so into it. It was, to me, it really made me feel for the main, what I assume is the main characters, the 3 basic ones. Really made me feel for their plight in each one of the things. And I felt like I was very pleasantly surprised for how good the story actually was for a game like that.
I liked the storyline a lot. I felt like, at least through the night section, it might have been because of the length of it, I felt it was very repetitious when it came to the gameplay part of it, which I understand part of that's because they're teaching you the game.
Right.
But now that was an annoying part too, is the fact that the first thing that loads up is a tutorial on how to play the game. And then the first thing they do when you go into the campaign is
run you through a tutorial again.
Yeah, it was like, that was stupid. Like I could see it if I clicked on multiplayer, then run through the one that they ended up showing you.
You can skip the tutorial at the very beginning, like not in the campaign, but you could skip the tutorial in the beginning. Red did it when he played. He just skipped through it and didn't get the extra steal.
See, I didn't even see that there was a skip. Well, I didn't know it was going to do that either, right?
Yep.
So it's just kind of like, oh, all right, and then I get in and I'm like, really?
Yep. But after you get out of that, it's very well done, very surprising.
Yeah, they story element wise, I'm really impressed with it. Like I said, I'm on the Samurai right now, going through their storyline, which it's interesting how everything's kind of come to pass and
everything
moved around.
It's like watching dominoes fall in a perfect fashion, because I feel for the knights, and I gotta say, I don't play the warden, but damn, that motherfucker is awesome. And I don't know who voices him, but holy shit, it's so familiar. But
I agree with that. Because I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, like, I love him. He is amazing. And how the night story ends is just perfect for that. The Vikings, I hate the way the Vikings are, but they couldn't be portrayed any better. Like, I felt like they hit that perfectly. And the Samurai, I felt like they hit that perfectly too. Instead of fighting themselves, they're like, we're not going to go ahead and fall into this same trap everybody else is falling into. We're going to go ahead and, fix things. So
I like the element.
Yeah.
I like the element too that your main character, you choose what sex the main character is.
Yep.
So, which I thought was pretty awesome. So if you wanted everybody to be a woman, it's a woman. But I'm very interested to see, because I ended up, my Samurai main character, I ended up going female with her, because I did male with the other two, I was like, well, I want one female one. So I ended up with her. But I'd like to know if her little cohorts that are next to her, the little sidekicks when she's first introduced to you, if they're male, if you're male, or because both of them are female, if you're female. I know.
I do not think so, based on the ending.
Okay.
Which you'll get to. The boss fights in that game, I have to say, I was a little shocked by how different they were from the regular characters you play, especially the last boss. Good lord, you talk about a challenge on normal. Whew.
I didn't like the gold guys. Like the last part of the Vikings, you had that one gold guy that you had to fight against. Like he's in gold armor.
When you're the Vikings and you fight the last guy in the campaign?
Yeah.
The one who frickin' shifted and he got 3 little decoy things?
Yeah.
Oh, Oh
Yeah.
Oh my god! Fighting 3 of those bastards at one time was ridiculous.
Yes.
I was like, I hope
And
I
then
don't
he-
have to do this again.
And then you have you fight that, and then you get to the next part, and you got arrows shooting at you at the same time you're in the middle of a battle, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's really, really fun. I love how the game plays. I'm a big fan. So
It takes a little bit to use to. I am using the controller,
right.
because I just felt I wasn't experienced enough with a keyboard to even attempt that. First of all, it's gorgeous. I think the game looks beautiful. It runs very smoothly. It's great the way it's set up. The controls I thought were going to be difficult to get used to when they first go through the tutorial. I'm like, well, this is going to suck. But they just become natural after time. Like I know I blocked this direction, so I need to move my stick back the other way in order to be able to strike, because he's still sitting in that position. So it's
the combos feel very fluid. It's just kind of like it becomes natural after a short period of time. You start attacking, and everything just kind of falls into place. Combos are very easy. It's not a super button masher either. It's all tactical fighting, which is awesome. See Grif over there grinning.
I'm a button masher. What do you want from me?
You could play the
like
Viking with the big axe and just button mash somebody to death.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, they actually
Aren't they the ones that shove people off the
Yep.
ledges?
Yeah, I can't.
Well,
tell
all
you,
of them have kind of
have a kick.
yeah,
So,
they all have something, but
Yep.
yes.
I just want to run around screaming, "This is Sparta!" and kick people.
my least
Warden's
favorite are
the
heavies.
Warden's actually is a kick.
See?
His is an actual kick.
That's the only thing I could do.
Because the Vikings is like a tackle.
Right.
Like you go in and he'll lift them up and go like 10 feet and then drop them to the ground. And
or
then you can hit
throw
with
them
an
off
axe.
if you get close
or
to a
throw 'em off.
ledge.
Yep. Bridges are great.
Yep. The Nobushis is a kick. Like during one of my combos, I can actually, after a heavy hit, I can melee right afterwards. As she jumps up on her staff and double kicks them. So if they're ever near an edge, I just kick them and they go flying right off. I only do that if I'm in a medium battle, or if it's against a heavy. I just prefer to kick them off and not have to worry about it. Because those bastards
Yeah, I don't
with
like
the
fighting
shields,
her. I don't like fighting her. Mm-mm.
They are pains.
Yep. And they'll do that.
Do you want to add anything to this For Honor stuff? You've been playing a little too, but you've been awfully silent.
I haven't been playing a whole lot of it, so it's mainly those two that've been going at it. Me and Shane have done some multiplayer here and there with it.
Yes.
Just gotta give Baka a chance. Just saying. Equal time.
Yes. For one of the last things that I do have to say, one of the reasons why I love this game so much, and I like to find people who play, with honor. I went into a 4v4 elimination match, and you pair up against your enemy and you fight them. I killed my guy, and I ran over and found somebody else fighting, and I just kind of stood there watching him because I prefer the 1v1 battles instead of jumping in. He killed his guy, and then we ran over to the last dude, and the other guy that we had on our team is standing over there already, and we're both standing here watching the last dude fight his guy. So it's kind of like this unwritten code of honor amongst players where it's like, all right, you can handle this guy one-on-one. If you don't, we're going to go ahead and kill him for you and win the match, but we're going to let you have your chance. So I really like that.
We
pretty
didn't
cool.
have very many matches like that. We had a lot of them where they were like, oh, look, we killed our guy. Let's go triple team someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ganging, I don't know, they call it ganking, is a big thing for people who would just rather win, period. They'll do whatever. They'll charge up on your ass when you fight one-on-one, throw your ass off.
But it's called For Honor. You should be honorable.
That's why you always have to be aware. The guy tried to gank me once. I rolled back real quick because I always play the Nobushi, and I kicked his ass off while his partner was still in front of me. He's like, God damn it. I was like, this is called For Honor. Have some. And I went back to fighting his buddy, but... Oh.
That's funny.
I have not been playing For Honor.
Really? I
This is
thought
Not my...
cup of tea.
You know how much I love super tactical things like that require not button mashing.
Button mash.
But I have and Chicken and Baka and Red have been part of this. Red decided that we wanted to play D&D, so I've been putting together...
Red decided that we...
Yes. Well, he was like, we should play, you guys. You guys, we should play. Let's play. We should... And finally, where the rest of us like, okay, we'll play. And stupid me volunteered to be the dungeon master because I've never done it before. It's been interesting, to say the least.
Interesting.
I put them in a situation, and the first thing that Chicken did as a wizard or sorcerer, whichever one he is, like he hijacked one of my NPCs. It was a dude that they were just supposed to kill and get rid of, and now that dude is like 3 days later still in the party. I'm like,
besties.
He's got a name and everything.
He's got stats and all that stuff. He was just a throwaway character. That's what I love about D&D, is that you can't play in it. It just happens.
Nope. I just didn't expect that you wanted a buddy.
I didn't want a buddy. He just became one. Things just play out.
Things just happen.
Exactly.
It's been crazy. But it's been really fun putting together a story. Like, I love stories and video games and stuff, but making your own is way harder than you would think it would be. Especially when you're playing with people that, like, will just do whatever. Like, how can I account for them being like this? What are they going to do with this? Now I'm all worried that,
take away our
like,
weapons. I'd knock the hell out of a guy with a stick.
Yeah. And I set up this one encounter, and there was like an opening in the back on the map that I threw out there that I didn't think about, and I was looking up monster stats, and Chicken's like, Baka's gonna go stand over here. Is that all right? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
That's why I asked if the map was right.
I know. I didn't even realize it. I looked back, and he had positioned for a sneak attack, and I was like, well, son of a dick. There goes that. Of course, Baka runs up and like smacks the fool out of this guy that they need to talk to. And
20.
Like, yeah, natural 20. I'm like, he's gonna die.
This, folks, is why you do not play dice games with him. He cheats.
He
straight
cheat.
up.
I don't cheat.
He straight up cheats. This motherfucker loads his dice in game and out of game. So don't play with him.
I'm considering trying to set up a way that I can, because I've got our audio and some video stuff for that. I'm considering putting that into a series on YouTube, maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure how that's going to work. And then outside of that, as far as video games go, my stories, because I'm not playing anything new right now, are not super fun, but my sisters are. Here's how you know that we're related. You remember a few weeks ago when I was doing The Last of Us, I said in one of my Let's Plays, I'm like, I'm not going to pick up this Molotov because I'll set myself on fire with it. And then 15 minutes later, I did set myself on fire.
Right.
So she's still playing Dragon Age. She's loving it, by the way. So I was shocked by that, but whatever. She really likes it. And we're doing the mage part of the story, and there's this one part where it's just your character and Dorian, and you have to come out of this room, and there's this platform that has, like, no railings on the side or anything. It's like a suspended metal platform. And I was like, all right, there's no walls here. Don't walk off of the edge. It won't kill you. It'll put you back up, but it'll take away a big chunk of your health. And she's like, okay, cast, because she's a mage. She takes 2 steps and falls off the platform. I was like, what did I just say? Yeah. You can tell we're related.
Oh, yes.
Apparently gaming styles are genetic.
Apparently.
It's been a lot of fun. She made her character, and originally, like in character customization, she's like, I'm going to put some crazy makeup on her because it might as well just be fun. And now that she's gotten into the game, she's like, can I change her face? She looks silly. I was like, yes, you can change it. Because she had put like this bright pink eyeshadow on and stuff like that, and it just looks crazy. She's like, yeah. So I let her go and change it yesterday. She's like, that's better. Yeah. Yeah, she thought she was going to be a throwaway character. No. You don't know what you're getting into when you start Dragon Age, and then you're into it, and you're like, oh, God, I love it. What do I do?
You keep playing. That's what you do.
She had to get up. She works at a bakery, and so they have to be up really early sometimes, and she had to be up at 2 a.m. this morning. But last night, she's like, because I was telling her we need to get to level 10 before we can do the next story thing, and she's like, what else can I do? And I was like, you understand what time it is right now? She's like, I don't care. What else can I do to get to level 10?
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, see, this is what happens when you start playing video games.
One more level.
Yeah, one more level. Like 7 hours later.
I could play. I could get away with 6 hours of sleep. 5 is okay.
last Saturday, she didn't tell me she had to be up at 2, so she stayed down here until like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then had to go to bed and get up at 2 a.m. to be at work.
At that point, you just don't even go to bed. You just, fuck it, I'm going to stay up all night.
She's like, well, I didn't want to stop. Damn it. This is what happens when you play video
game addiction.
No kidding.
She loves it way more than I thought she was gonna. So it's been so fun.
Like sister?
Yep. Cislinum.
Bonding. Cislinum.
That definitely is an accurate descriptor. We are very similar in our styles with some of this stuff.
Yes.
After she's done with Dragon Age, she's starting to learn how to use the dual analog stuff. Like, that was a problem early on, is she wasn't...
Really?
She didn't know how the camera, like, moving the camera and moving your character at the same time was foreign to her. But she's starting to get it. And so I told her after she's done with Dragon Age, because she wants to play it all, after she's done with Dragon Age in 6 months... I'm going to set up Chicken's Xbox One in here so that we can play together. And I'm going to take her through Halo the same way when I first started playing, one of my friends took me through Halo. So maybe maybe that'll be a little better to get that dual analog stuff down. That's what I had to do.
Master Chief Collection, starter at the beginning.
Start at the first one. Yep.
Yes.
I mean, if that's how I learned, maybe that'll help her.
Yep.
And she's already got a leg up because she's been playing.
Yeah, the first one will definitely kind of let you get into it, and by the time you get to the third one, she'll be proficient with it, so...
I just wonder if she's going to be as murderous towards me in Halo as Baka was. Like, how many times is she going to throw a sticky grenade on my back, Baka? How many times is she going to melee me in the back, Baka? How many times is she going to shotgun me in the back, Baka?
Probably not as many.
That's part of the fun, okay?
He probably did it on purpose.
One time, at least one of the times I was convinced.
She has video proof of
She has
it.
video proof.
I know, right?
It just shows I accidentally shot her, or accidentally stuck her.
Yeah.
Or accidentally ran her over.
Stopping in front of her and then just kind of accelerating over her doesn't show accidents.
My favorite thing ever will be when I was already dead and respawned right in front of him while he tried to melee a popcorn and killed me instead. That is my favorite memory of playing that game with you, Baka. We'll definitely get to Halo 2 soon-ish. We just gotta work some stuffs out logistically. So yeah.
Logistics.
Stupid logistics. Alright, who wants to talk about some news and probably get way off topic because I've had a lot of coffee and chicken and I've already had at least one conversation that's super off topic about one of the news things that's probably going to work its way in. I hope you caught all of that. It was really fast.
What?
Huh?
What?
Just, if you're listening to the audio or watching the video, just slow it down and then re-listen.
Run it at like 0.5 speed so you can catch everything.
Look, I'm just trying to put as much content in as I can in our time frame. That's all. So if I speak faster, we can add more stuff.
Then no one can understand you.
I hear
You
you.
start sounding like a chipmunk.
Or the Micro Machines guy. Okay, carry on then. What do we want to talk about first?
You just... The Micro Machines guy.
Oh my god.
I haven't played with my Micro Machines in years.
Well,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you don't remember the commercials.
we could talk about
do.
the writer for Valve leaving.
Oh, the sadness. The
So
sadness.
start with sad and work up to good.
Eric Walpole. Walpaw?
Wolpaw? I'll go with
Yes! That.
We'll go with Walpole.
Wolpaw.
Yep. Has left Valve. He was one of the writers that worked on Portal. People are basically saying, see, it's obvious that they're not working on games anymore because their writers keep leaving. Damn it, we're never going to get a third of anything because nobody will be there to write it.
Never. He worked on Portal, Portal 2, Left 4 Dead, Half-Life 2, episodes 1 and 2.
Yep.
So,
and he's going back to Double Fine, which he worked at on Psychonauts. He's going back to work on Psychonauts 2. So if you're a Psychonauts fan, there you go. Be super excited about that.
to be fair, he probably got a pretty big vacation working as a writer on Left 4 Dead. There wasn't that much of a story in that one. I mean,
There was story. You just had to, like, super
They had to add
Closely pay
DLC to make it so that they made the transition from one campaign to the other somewhat realistic. It's like, how
They
the
didn't
hell?
even have to do that. Okay, to be fair, that game was not about the story, though. That game was about shooting zombies in a really fun way.
That game
really was.
fantastic gameplay. Left 4 Dead 2, even better.
Which is interesting that you bring that up because that will play into the opinion video that I made before this show.
Yeah, she's got a new
That will
opinion
go out this
video
week.
that's going to be coming out.
There'll be one every week, but some of them last week's was not as good as I had liked it to be. But this week's is going to be a lot of fun. It's about zombies.
Cool.
Zombies, you guys.
Zombies.
Self-promo, shameless. But yeah, he left, so that does not bode well for people who expect future games from them. Future Portal, future Left 4 Dead, future Half-Life. By the time
But
they
to
get
be
to
fair,
where
they make tons of money with Steam and all
Yeah.
the sales.
Well, that's one of the comments was actually he must have left so they could make room for another accountant because they're in the business of selling games instead of making them now.
Yeah, no
Wow.
I was like, oh shit, shots fired.
kidding. To be fair, if they ever do a Portal or anything like that, they could just ask him for advice on it. But like, hey,
Consultant.
you want to consult on this third game that we're making? That's not real.
Third games, yeah. Good
Val
luck.
doesn't know what a 3 is.
It's
That's like
Lord
I
of
mean,
the
you look
Rings
at it,
ended
you
at 2 for them.
yeah, it's
they
like
did-
Portal, Portal 2. All right, we're gonna hold off. Left 4 Dead, which it doesn't say if he worked on the second one or not, and then you got Half-Life 2 with the episodes 1 and 2. By the way, we're not gonna be making thirds of anything, so
No.
you need to find a new job.
We've
I mean,
established that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I'd hate to
Do
watch a
get
TV
everything
show
up to,
made by
to
them.
2, leave it on cliffhangers, and then we're out.
Which is
But
weird
that-
because they're working on 3 new VR games. So I'm going to guess that it's really 2, and they made up the third one so that there would always be a controversy about what it was and when it was coming out.
What are they gonna just like make
It's not real.
Half-Life 2 and Portal 2 and then something
The
crazy?
controversy.
I'd like to have
Well,
Left
they-
4 Dead 2 VR. Now that would be fun.
I think a lot of games would be fun in VR. Bioshock, please. Thank you.
And then he's like you said, he's leaving. He worked on Psychonauts. Now he's working on Psychonauts 2. Is there going to be a Psychonauts 3 with this guy? like if it's popular, is there going to be a Psychonauts 3?
Maybe that's why he left, is because they were already talking about Psychonauts 3, and he's like, finally, I can work on a third game of something. Jesus.
Or maybe Valve's like, look, if you're not coming up with a third on any of our games,
Get over
you
it.
know, this guy's holding him back. You know?
It's this guy that's
I don't
doing
think
it.
it's that
It's
dude.
this guy's fault.
Oh, my
Best of
God.
luck to him, though. I love
Yeah.
Psychonauts, so it's great that we're getting a second one. Of course, you know, Double Fine in general, I'm a big fan of. So.
I know. You're a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk about crazy? Let's talk crazy. I mean, we talked sad, no more
Crazy.
Portal, maybe.
Crazy. What?
Crazy?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy what?
So, Neir Automata is doing this pre-order thing where if you pre-order the game, you can pre-order it with a shirt, a t-shirt, with the main character's face on it, which is also the mask that the dude wore when they revealed it.
If you have not
Well, the
seen
dude
it,
in the
just
mask
watch it.
is actually in the ad. And I just want to say, whatever drugs Japan is on, I need it. I need it in my life.
Trip to
Because
Japan? All right.
The whole commercial, or it's not a commercial, I guess. It's a special message. Is the dude in the mask and the games developer? Is it the developer? Damn it! Some other dude. You know who he is. I know you do. But the guy in the mask hands the dude wearing the t-shirt the microphone and then tickles him. Like, pulls his shirt up and tickles him. And then cuts to, like, a graphic and goes back to the guy in the mask rolling around on the floor with the t-shirt. Just saying the name of the game. And then shit Square Enix, who is the publisher of the game. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, is this real life? What's happening?
There's no
No,
telling.
what you're watching wasn't real. It's only a big...
That's actually pretty tame compared to some Japanese commercials. So
It's
Well, they
true.
wanted to show this
Really?
one all across the world, so they had to tame it a little bit.
It's so crazy. I'll put a link to it on YouTube down below. If you're listening to this on Podbean or iTunes, just go to our YouTube and there's a link if you can't Google it yourself. But I'm not saying you can't. Oh my god, I just made that awful. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I'm just saying I'll put a link to it on YouTube. But you have to see it. Like, you just have to see this in your life, okay? I need everybody to watch this so that we can all share the crazy. I almost didn't. I was like, I clicked on the article and I was like, whatever, that dude's insane anyway. And then I was like, maybe I need to see it.
Yeah.
Now you need to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Whew, that's something.
So fun. So fun. Chicken, do you want to talk about the sad thing that you were talking about earlier?
What sad thing?
The SNES games? You specifically said I want to talk about this.
Alright, so I'm looking at the first article first. The SNES Preservation Project dead after $10,000 of games lost in the post.
Ooh, buddy.
$10,000 of games. This guy bought plan to borrow 100 games. I think he's creating
a collection.
A collection of all the SNES games. This package had 100 games. The parcel contained between $7,500 and $10,000 worth of SNES games. And it was about 100 games. So you know how they were rare games.
Right.
And the follow-up story to that is apparently it was stolen out of the mail. So some asswipe.
USPS is saying that the packaging was damaged in their normal machine shipping process. Because they sent him the label that was on the box. Like, it looks like it's just been ripped off and destroyed. And basically theirs is like, well, sucks to be you, the box was damaged and we don't know where the box went, but here's the label that was on it. He thinks that they were stolen, he said that he was going to try and pursue it legally and things like that. Some people were like, you need to go into the post office internal affairs kind of thing, but you can't just be like, hey, let me talk to the USPS internal affairs people, because that's more for employees reporting other employees than it is for people. But he wants to, like, talk to a lawyer and this, that, and the other, because that's a lot of stuff. But on the flip side of that, people are like, why wasn't it insured? Like, why didn't you have
So it wasn't even his games either.
No, they were coming out of Germany.
He was borrowing them to dump them so that he could create emulators for it. Because it's trying to preserve the games, and if you can get an entire library of all of the SNES games, people can download them and play them, which I don't entirely condone. But hey, if I bought the console 2 times and I bought the game 3 times, I should be somewhat allowed to go and find it somewhere else and play it again if I want. So,
I just don't. With the dollar amount being that much, I don't understand why it wasn't insured. And then there was a follow-up, like an addendum to this, an add-on rather, that said that they did insure it up to €1,000. But if it was $10,000 worth of games, the guy on Reddit had said that there was some sort of issue with trying to prove how much they were worth. Which I get, and also there are implications for the sender when declaring their possessions of items beyond a certain level, especially for those on income assistance. So I'm assuming that they couldn't say how much it was worth, but now you're upset about how much was stolen. All of it seems so weird and messed up.
Well, but here's the only thing that I would look at is this: if the U.S. Postal Service says that our machine broke your box. That's what it says, right? Label, everything's broke on there.
Right.
Where are the broken games?
Ooh. Yeah.
From what I understand, basically the way the post office is presenting it is that, like, some of the packaging got ripped and then it couldn't continue its shipping process because there was no longer a label on it. So don't they have, like, a place where all of those parcels go to hold on to them before you just throw them away? Like, oh, I don't know where this box goes. Might as well toss it. Nobody wants this anymore.
I'm fairly confident that shit was stolen. I mean, if somebody who worked there knew that was $10,000 worth of stuff in there, and the package got ripped, and he saw what was inside.
Well, they x-ray everything because it's coming in from out of country.
Right. So he knew. They knew what was in it. Some people are just bad people. You see $10,000 worth of games like that, you're just gonna tear the box up. It's
crazy. He's set up like a Patreon to try to get help with some of the legal fees, and he's got a PayPal place where you can donate if you want to help him out that way.
He's got a
because-
Patreon to help replace the Donor's game. He's looking to get the Donor his games back.
Yeah, but he said he's also going to go for some of the legal stuff if he can get the ball rolling legally.
Oh, I would tear him up. Like, I mean, you lose that much money, and then don't even, like, what do you do with the games?
This is why I don't use UPS for...
It's not UPS, it's the U.S. Postal Service. It's just our general...
Postal services. Every time I ship anything through with them, it always gets lost in the mail. That's why I started going with FedEx.
Yep.
Yeah, USPS
Crazy.
is definitely not the #1 mailer anymore.
Always make sure when you're shipping something of value that you insure it and that you have a track on it so that you can tell where it's at. That way you would know where the package went awry. Like, oh my god, it landed in Seattle, but then it didn't go anywhere after that. Okay, obviously there's where the problem's at.
And use FedEx or UPS, so... I mean, I don't want to say the USPS is awful, but I'm going to say if I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to go with something a little bit more, specific. Rather than just putting it in the mail and hoping it gets there.
This sucks.
But yeah, that's unfortunate for him and the Donor. I hope they get it all sorted out. I'm sure the story will be updated if it gets updated. So
If it gets if there is any update to be had, yes.
Yep.
Which we hope that there will be, because man, that's $10,000 of SNES games just hanging out somewhere. Somewhere out there in the world. Alright.
That's crazy.
Speaking of shipping, there is a store, and it has not been named, probably for good goddamn reason, that shipped out the Nintendo Switch early, and a Redditor, or no, it was NeoGaf is where it popped up. Somebody on NeoGaf put up a video because theirs came in early, so they showed off the operating system and everything, and the setup and whatnot. Did you guys watch it? You all like super excited about the new stuff?
I have not watched it, but
It's very Nintendo-esque. Like,
Yeah.
like
It looks like everything else Nintendo. I don't really know.
it looks smooth though. Like the transition between stuff.
Meh. I'm not like...
you don't get an opinion. No opinion.
I don't get an opinion.
Griff's opinion
Thanks,
on
asshole.
Nintendo everything is
Impress me then. Freaking impress me, Nintendo.
Man, they could come out with like
They have it where you can play Skyrim on the go.
she doesn't
You're
care.
not impressed?
She doesn't care.
Not until I see it.
She wants a Nintendo Switch shaped like Troy Baker's head, made out of gold with his actual hair on it.
No, that's
That would be
weird.
the only way that she would even look
You
at
just
it.
made it like super.
yeah, you know what she would say to that?
What? Yeah. Oh, it's from
No,
Nintendo.
I'd be like, that's creepy, Nintendo. What the hell?
I'd be like, it's
Japan.
Japan.
You cannot excuse everything with it's Japan.
It's Japan.
I like the way that the setup and everything is on it. It reminds me a lot of the Wii U's pad, like the way that it's designed, just a little bit bigger. And it reminds me a lot of the operating, the way that some of the stuff's done reminds me of the 3DS as well. So it looks like Nintendo's just upgrading their stuff to modern. But their user interface to me has always been a little bit better than like the way the PlayStation, the Xbox, and of course Xbox changes theirs like every 3 years. You get a new one. PlayStation hasn't changed theirs since PS2, and it's annoying.
The new one's better. The PS4 is better than the PS3 navigation wise.
Yeah, I guess it is to a degree, but it's there's just more on the page on PS4 than there was on PS3. So because you've got the stuff down at the bottom where this is what's currently going on. Blah blah blah. But
yeah, but Sony was never very good with software stuff, anyways. So
Yeah.
they're better with hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Well, only a little less than a month until everybody else can actually get their hands on theirs.
It's about
'cause
2
it's
weeks now.
March 3rd.
2 weeks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. You're right. 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
March
So
3rd.
everybody's waiting.
I come back from Disney the day after it's released, and it was funny because I got
if only you could take yours with you.
I got asked. Well, I didn't pre-order. I was going to, but I didn't. And I got asked actually the other day when I was at one of the stores, and somebody goes, "Have you ordered yours yet? Pre-ordered?" And I was like, "No, it was already it had already been gone by then. And I was like, not only that, it's like I'll spend the money while I'm gone, and I'll wait a couple months and buy one.
Red's getting one. At least we'll have somebody that will have one, because I think Red's getting one day of.
Yeah, he's already like pre-ordered and bought it.
Yeah, his is already ready to go. So at least
good.
we'll know somebody that we can be like, so what's it like to play with it? How cool is it? What game did you get with it? Games, whatever.
He's gonna get Zelda.
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering, is he's mentioned that he's pre-ordered the Switch, but I wonder if he's had the forethought to pre-order the games that go with the Switch.
He's like, yeah, this is so... Oh, shit, I forgot the games. This is fun! The menu hopping is so smooth.
That would be so Red. That is so him.
To be fair, though, they do have Nintendo stores. So
yes.
So he could be downloading onto that. So
yes, maybe that's what he'll do. I have a feeling, though, for Zelda, he'll want a physical copy. He's a huge Zelda fan.
Yes, Zelda. That game is going to... Oh, speaking of Zelda, we could talk about a first for them. A season pass.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was in some of the
season
last week's
pass
stuff
for
we didn't
Zelda.
get to.
That's...
DLC
I wonder
is
if that
gonna
means
happen
like
with a
new
Nintendo game.
dungeons and things like that.
It's $20, and it's a 3-part package. The first one you get day 1. It's 3 chests. It gives you some goodies. The second one is challenge modes and some other harder difficulties and some extra stuff. The third one is a full-on new dungeon and a full-on new quest line, like a whole extra section. So, for $20, seems like it's worth it. I think it's Nintendo kind of dipping their foot in the whole DLC market thing. So,
testing the waters a little.
I think it's reasonable for them to try it. I think it's different.
Don't be crazy about it. Don't become Square Enix.
Yes, don't. Well, I got a lot of faith in Nintendo. They're crazy, but they're not stupid.
They're crazy.
They're crazy, that is for sure, but they're not stupid. They haven't been around for like 100-something years because they're stupid.
I have faith in Nintendo because I think that with them, it's where, because the product is exclusively on their equipment, that it's going to be where they don't have to do what Square Enix did, or what Square Enix thought they had to do, would be a better way to state that. So I think that that's kind of where the difference is too. I think that with Square Enix, I think they did what they thought they needed to do because they've got to branch all this out over a certain amount of dollars and everything else. Nintendo does a very good job of budgeting and making sure that everything is that they run a business versus running a gaming company. And I think that's the difference. They were a business first that happened to be in the video game industry. They could have lost their ass with the Wii U based on sales, everything else.
Yeah, they could have.
And their stuff dropped, but they're still considered a powerhouse, and nobody wanted them to have an issue or a problem or anything like that.
Nobody wants Nintendo to fail.
No.
Like, you've got Sony and Microsoft fanboys that are like, oh, I hope Sony fails, oh, I hope Microsoft fails, but nobody hopes that for Nintendo.
Well, it's because Nintendo's always just kind of been there. They've always done their thing. I mean, the Wii U didn't do well. They're like, all right, we're going to support this, but we're going to push heavy for the handheld. And the handhelds do really well and kind of carry the rest of their market. And then when they get another chance with the Switch, they're like, it's not a handheld, it's a little bit of a handheld. It's sort of a handheld.
It's like combining a home console and handheld together.
Exactly.
It does have airplane mode. That was one of the things I saw in the setups, and I was like, oh, why does it have... Oh, wait, yeah, that's right, because you can take it places.
Yeah, which is... They don't want to touch that either. They're like, it's not a handheld, it's a console.
It is a handheld.
It's
you
not
want us
a
to
handheld.
play with the thingy. It's a handheld.
But they don't want to, like... I don't know, split their market. Or they don't want to like bring their markets together. Console, handhelds. They have 3DSs.
But to be fair, near the end of the Wii U, they were doing that because what they were doing is they were taking games that were on the Wii U and then porting them over to the 3DS.
That's true.
And
I don't know how successful some of them were though.
They need to. I think what they're doing here, I think the 3DS is going to be a thing, continue to be a thing for a while.
Right.
Because its predecessor, which, the Game Boy was out for Jesus, how many years?
Ever.
I'm surprised we still don't have Game Boy, to be honest.
Yes.
But I think that's kind of their goal. They look at handhelds as something that we can continue to make for all the time. and we can just update that handheld, and you can continue to do that versus a. And I think that's maybe why they did the Wii U and named it Wii U, is they thought they could maybe get away with the same thing on a console, but they don't realize that console gamers don't want that. They want a whole new console that comes out, whatever it is, and feel like they're getting something new. And I mean, I think the argument could be said. I mean, the Wii U itself is not a bad system that was up there. It wasn't as powerful as the other systems that were there, but it wasn't a bad system. I think the problem that they ran into with it was naming right off the bat, because people didn't know if this was an add-on or whatever.
Naming and advertising. You didn't tell anybody why they needed it. Everybody thought it was an add-on to the Wii.
Yep.
You've got to make sure that we know what we need to buy.
They're doing much better this round.
Yes, well, Nintendo, we're stupid. Please just spell it out.
Well, but to be fair on this too, the thing is it's a different name. Like if they'd come out with this one and called it Wii Switch, people would have been like, "What is this, an add-on to the Wii U? That was an add-on to the Wii? I don't get it. What's it?" But because they named it something different, and they could have.
They're trying to pull a Sega and add on to all this stuff like the 32X and the CD.
Yeah, you can't. Don't do that. Just name it something completely different so that we know.
No, they're not going to call it the Wii No.
Get out. We're not friends anymore.
Oh, that was a good one. Come on, man. That was awesome.
We're not friends anymore.
You're just mad because it happened to you.
Yep. And I don't know why it just clicked in my head, but the Switch takes cartridges, right?
Yeah, so does the handheld.
Yeah, so can you just take it out and put it on your handheld and play it?
That's what I was wondering when you guys were like, they don't want to mix the markets.
Depends on the shape of the handheld. Because like when they started doing the 3DS games, the 3DS games have that little notch, so you couldn't put them in like a normal like DSi or anything like that. So if it's a different shape, probably not. And
then that makes me wonder, they're going to come out with a new handheld that lets you play your Switch games on a handheld?
Doubtful. I don't know. I think that this gives them the opportunity to turn around and go, no, you've got this console that you can take anywhere, so we don't need a handheld that you can play separately. But it would not surprise me if they come up with either an adapter or if you can take your 3DS games and go the opposite direction with those cartridges. So you could actually play your 3DS. Some 3DS games would be able to be played on the Switch. That would not surprise me.
It makes me super interested on how they want to handle that, because
the next few years with Nintendo are going to be really informative.
Yeah, it's because, all right, the Switch, if that's their console, then that's going to be their console. And if they get rid of the whole Miiverse, as it says over here, the Miiverse and the Mii thing is all gone off of that, and then they focus that on your 3DS kind of being your social thing, where you got your Miis and you could walk around and do your puzzles like Baka did at conventions and things like that, and then you could still play games on it. Like, is that how they're going to try and separate it? Or this is your hardcore console where you can play your big games, things like that, and this is kind of your soft console where you can play your games still, but you've got all these other different types of outside activities you can do on it. Street Pass, the Mii Plaza, and things like that. Like,
I see what you're saying with that.
Are they going to try and kind of build them both up separately, but kind of do the same thing? So I'm very.
This will be a very interesting few years.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, we'll just have to see where they go with it.
So, and pretty much everybody's like, I don't know, maybe Nintendo. Hello.
We're all just waiting to see Nintendo develop.
Will Nintendo give us answers?
We're waiting for Nintendo to blossom into adulthood or something.
Hello, Nintendo.
Some sort of blossom, something simile.
Or metaphor, depending on how you want to do it.
There you go. Chicken. Let's talk Resident Evil.
I knew
Resident
you were
Evil.
going to bring that up.
There's a new movie, a new CGI movie, not the, what's her name? Mila Jovovich series. Sorry, I totally blanked on her name. Wow.
Alice.
Sorry, I can see her face. That's all that matters to me.
Well, I know her too. She's really good. I love her, but not a big fan of the Resident Evil live-action movies. Rather watch the CGI movies. There's going to be a new one, Vendetta, that will branch Resident Evil 6 and 7 together somehow.
Are there quick time events in it?
It's a movie, so let's hope not.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I really don't know how they're going to connect both of them.
Push up on your DVD, on your Blu-ray. Push down on your Blu-ray.
Or it has like a connect, and you got to jump up whenever Leon jumps so that he makes it.
But yeah, it will feature Leon and Chris, which means I'm gonna watch it regardless because I love those two men.
You haven't watched the other ones, and Leon is in them.
Because I can't find them anywhere. Okay, they're not on Netflix.
You haven't asked.
I have them.
I have them too, but I have them on the internet.
Chicken has them ways that I'm afraid of using.
Don't be afraid. Just don't be dumb.
Chicken's like the dark side over here. He's like the dark Kermit meme.
We'll get him a hoodie.
Yes.
Be nice on the internet,
And a mole.
but you don't have to be safe on the internet.
Don't listen to Chicken. He's a bad influence, kids. Oh.
I don't know how many kids are listening to this.
Hopefully none. We say some bad stuff. Anyway, I'm super pumped, except for I think it's weird that we were talking about it before the show. At least 3 times Leon held the gun sideways, a pistol sideways.
Yeah.
That's not...
Leon,
Your
stop.
accuracy is going to suffer for that,
Well,
Leon.
here's-
You know how to use a gun, damn it.
Well, here's the thing that kills me about it. Like, you used to see this in movies all the time. Like, you'd have... Normally, you set the gun up like this, right? Where you got your hand up underneath the bottom of your hand in order to be able to support. That's how you'd normally shoot a gun.
Right.
But then you'd see those guys that go all gangster style and they'd be doing this. What's weird is the fact that when he does it, he flips the gun from shooting one direction and, like, switches it like this.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
It's, like, very awkward and weird. And then another one is, like, a ballerina dance move thing and shooting around.
Don't question Leon. He can shoot his gun any way he likes.
It's Leon, so yeah, I'll let him get away with it. Which, by the way, is voiced by Matthew Mercer, so definitely double win on getting away with anything that he wants in life. But I'm super excited.
If you don't know who Matt Mercer is, get out.
Yeah, if you don't know who he is by
He's
name,
everyone.
you've played characters that you know. McCready in Fallout 4, McCree in Overwatch, Leon in fucking Resident Evil. He's been Leon since 4. I'm pretty sure he was in 4.
Was he Leon in the first one?
Maybe. That's a good question. But
And
you know him.
And he's a very good DM.
Yeah, he's an amazing dungeon master for Critical Role who also has a bunch of other voice actors. So if you're not watching that, you should be. Get your nerd on. Don't be ashamed. Do it.
Get your
It's on
nerd on.
Twitch on Thursday nights, and then I think they move it all over to YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
on YouTube. I'm catching up, so I've got a pretty far away to go.
He was
And I will tell
Rexar
you, damn it.
in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, he's got a few things in that too.
A few
I'm telling
things.
you, anything that you've played, you've probably run into a character of his at least once.
Mhm.
Probably more than once.
Yeah, I was about to say, you probably ran into him so many times. If you don't know his name by now, you're doing it wrong.
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 You got it
Familiarize
wrong.
yourself with these voice actors. They're amazing.
So
They're
wrong.
amazing.
Rebecca's coming back too, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. to
She's
see.
been gone for so long.
But it's video games, like comics, you can bring back and or resurrect just about anybody you want. You just have to come up with
she
some
wasn't
sort of
dead,
crazy
but-
reason.
She
Well, no,
just
but you're
did
bringing her
disappear.
back from a long disappearance.
Yeah,
So-
well, the last time that we saw her, I'm pretty sure the last time that we saw her was at the end of Resident Evil 0, which was like 15 years ago.
She just needed a vacation after something like Resident Evil 0. You just gotta have a while to, collect yourself, I guess.
Yeah, no shit. Going from being a rookie to stopping a super evil villain. Yeah,
Which is a theme amongst Resident Evil, I've noticed. Leon's first day on the job, bam, zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, definitely. If your first day on the job is part of the STARS team, just quit. Say you're not gonna take the job.
Just quit because you're either gonna die or be a hero for the series for the next decade or so.
Yes.
Make up your mind which one you are. Are you a red shirt or not?
Don't be a red shirt. Don't be a red shirt.
I'm not wearing red, so.
Chicken and I were also having a fun conversation about the Resident Evil stuff because Leon, his character model is based on Dante from Devil May Cry. Like, they originally were the same character model, and then it kind of separated because Devil May Cry was not what Resident Evil
Technically,
was going for.
wouldn't Dante be what Leon was supposed to originally be? So
I think
Dante
was Dante, and then they're like, that's not Resident Evil. But like, we could keep the character model, change his name, and let's put him back in Resident Evil.
But then, yeah, but if they were making a Resident Evil, they would have started with the character they wanted, Leon. And they're like,
Maybe
oh,
his
but
name
the
was Dante
gameplay,
originally.
the gameplay is way too different and too out of the ordinary, or way too out of the Resident Evil world. So they go ahead and change his hair. And but I mean, if you put the original Devil May Cry and the original Resident Evil 4 next to each other, you're like,
they're basically brothers. Like, they might as well be half brothers. And here's what I want. Chicken and I were talking about this, and I was like, oh my god, here's what I want. I want a game in which Leon gets, like, knocked out right out of the gate and goes into this alternate reality where he's in, like, the underworld with Dante, and they have to fight side by side. Yeah, let's make this happen. Somebody do this.
So, Leon has a drug trip.
Kind of.
Apparently.
Only it's not drugs, it's more like pain. Get hit in the back of the head or something. People hallucinate with stuff like that. I don't care. Make it believable. Just tell me how it happens and then put them together and let's go. Let's throw Leon into Devil May Cry and have them hang out together and... Why is this not a thing?
She's a big
love
fan
affair
of
with all your group.
Tell
all your
me
guys.
that people would not want to play that. Come on. You would want to play that.
That'd be one hell of a crazy ass crossover.
Or
that's
we
for
could
sure.
do Marvel vs. Capcom, and then put them both into the game, and then Grif would play it just so she could have them on a team.
Okay, maybe. But I'm thinking more of them working together, like in a story kind of mode instead of a button masher, because I'm really... As much as I like button mashing, I'm not good at fighters. But yeah.
It's alright. Injustice was pretty good.
Injustice, yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to Injustice too. I kind of definitely want to see what happens with that stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't play the online. I can only play it by myself in the single player because, no. You get matched up online with people like Baka, where it's just like 2 seconds into the match, your character's KO'd and you have no idea what just happened.
What? What happened?
How did you push those buttons so fast?
Right?
Oh, God.
Because he cheats.
Yes.
He cheats and
Same way he
like that.
loads his dice. Same way.
Exactly. See,
I
everybody's
use
learning
a
now.
turbo controller. I don't have to hit the buttons, I just hold them down.
There you go. Cheater.
Move the joystick and hold him down.
God.
I actually have a couple of fight sticks too, so...
Chicken, are you still looking up Resident Evil stuff?
Yes, I was seeing the original guy who played Leon actually played him until 2008 in 3 different things. Resident Evil Degeneration, which was the first movie, the CGI movie they did, and then Resident Evil Dark Chronicles, and then Matthew Mercer took over.
Oh, good to know.
So he has not been Leon forever.
But for a long time.
He's been Leon in 5. So he's been Leon about one more time than the original guy was. So they're close right now.
Don't care. Matthew Mercer's so good.
Hey,
All
I
right.
think the original guy
Awesome.
did pretty good too. Come on now, gotta give him a little credit.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to discuss? Because, I mean, that's mostly what I've got. Unless you just want to talk about Matt Mercer for a while.
The only thing that I would say is, which I think is quite interesting, is that John Romero from Doom and his wife have helped their 12-year-old son Donovan release a game for for mobile phones and stuff.
Right.
And it is for free, and it's called Gunman Taco Truck. And
So Red's going to play it probably.
I watched the video of it, and basically, evidently they need taco trucks in Canada during a zombie apocalypse or whatever it is. And so you were driving your taco truck down the road with a gun sitting on top of it, and you're blowing up like the monsters that are coming up, and you're using the meat to make tacos for the local areas.
Ew.
This sounds like a messed up Deadpool comic.
Yeah, it does. It's weird.
It's kind of a funny concept, but yeah, I watched the video on it. It was pretty funny, and it looks like it's coming out on Steam. And it'll be, I guess, like
You didn't even look at the date.
$6, something like that. Something like that. It'd be like $6, but it comes out like it came out. It looks like it came out 2 weeks ago. That's what it says.
Huh.
So Gunman Taco Truck, if you're interested. There
Yeah.
it is, from part of the Romero
Thanks
family.
for that. Thanks for
Yeah.
that. All right then. Well, Chicken and I have Red Dead to record because we haven't been able to, but we think, okay, we're just gonna go with it. Like, that's just how it is. I've tried everything I can. There's a minor audio issue, and if you happen to notice it, good for you. If you don't, yay. We're just gonna go with it.
Yep.
I'm tired of trying to find a workaround.
I want to give one shout out. I just saw this article. Terraria just broke their 20 million copies sold.
Congrats.
That puts them up in the upper echelon of incredible
Does that mean
games.
that they have sold more of Terraria than they did of Starbound?
Starbound has been only out for like a year. This game has been out for 6 years.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. That means that they've sold a lot more.
Probably.
The developers of this game let this game go, and they gave it to the community to handle. So this game is run by Relogic now. It was Starbound's original developers, and then they didn't want to support it anymore, so the community took it over and created it, and have been supporting it ever since. So,
Well, good job, community.
yeah, I mean, it is. If you
So wait, if you buy it now, does the money still go to the original creator, or does it go to the people that are supporting it now?
It will go to the original creator.
That's
I think
what
they
was saying.
split
That
it.
Sucks.
I think they split it, since they're the
hope
ones that
so.
made the game, but the community, the big people, the Relogic are the ones who do it, or they may have sold the rights to the game to them still.
It depends if they sell the rights. If they sell the rights, then it all go to Relogic. If otherwise, the original publisher is going to get part of that money.
Right.
So, but if there's the ones working on it, I mean, I don't even know how much it is now. Let's say it's $10. I would think that like $4 of it would go to the original people, and $60 would go to the people that are continuing to work on it. Because
6, not 60.
Sorry,
$60 out of the $10 you spent.
Leave me alone. I'm still hungover.
Can I get that kind
What
of
did
math
we
in my
learn?
paycheck?
Uh,
That's some great math skills. And I'm the one that's bad with numbers around here.
I know, right? I don't know. Leave me alone. I don't know. Shit happens.
That was a good one. I like it. $60 out of the $10 you spent.
So they're having to get right. Logic's having to give has to give them back pay. Basically, is what that is.
Oh god, that's good.
Oh
Okay.
Lord. We appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each and every week at Infinite Respawn. Make sure you go onto our YouTube channel. Go on there and check out the Let's Plays. Also, the podcast as well. You can check us out on Twitter at Infinite Res PC. Check me out personally at MDB Oak Tree. You can check out Grif.
At Grif Slinum.
Check out Chicken.
At Elite Chicken 313.
Check out Baka.
At Baka Pickle.
And as always, make sure that you go to infiniterespawn.com. Go on there, join the forums, hang out. And for Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
God, he made a mistake with numbers, decided the show's over, ends it immediately, and still can't get through it. It's perfect.
Infinite something. That's Grif. I'm Chicken. And that's Baka. Bye.